In this video, I'm reviewing Flowerbomb Extreme by Viktor and Rolf. If you're new here, my name is Sarah and I'm a perfume reviewer. Please do subscribe to my channel and join this All the Perfume community. If you're not new, thank you for all of your support, watching, liking and commenting on my videos. Thank you to the Perfume Shop for sending me this fragrance to try. Viktor and Rolf perfumes always feel like a bit of a treat. The bottle looks stunning, I love the packaging and I couldn't wait to get into this version of Flowerbomb. Now, Flowerbomb, I was thinking, is a little bit of the one that got away for me in the fragrance world. It was launched in 2005 and it was on my wish list back then. I remember making a point of visiting it in department stores, really enjoying it and wanting it, and somehow, well, I guess the how is that I just then didn't like it enough to keep asking for it for Christmas or birthdays, and I never did buy it myself. But thanks to the Perfume Shop, it's come back around and I have it in my collection. And here is that first edition, and it is a sweet scent that's floral, of course, with a tea note and lots of patchouli, and it smells good and it does take me back to 2005. And I will, of course, compare this one to the newest version, Extreme, further on in the video. This is, of course, a Flowerbomb Extreme, and the brand say that this is a heightened and intense version of the original fragrance, and that it is the vanilla note is amplified. So in our current world, in 2025, that is exciting to me, and I'm sure a lot of people, because we've seen a lot of good vanilla fragrances released in the last couple of years. So I had high hopes for this perfume, that we would get lots of vanilla, and that it would be nice and strong too. I will give it a test, of course, and I've already worn this for 2 full days as my scent of the day. I wanted to film my review last week, but I wasn't very well and it slowed things down. So I find this scent very pleasing. I have enjoyed wearing it, and in it you've got raspberry in the top, which was promising because I love my sweet fruits. In the middle there is mandarin orange, jasmine and rose, and in the base vanilla bean. And we have that promise, don't we, of it being vanilla amplified. So when I smell it now, it's still the same as my very first impression. This is really powdery, it is pretty and feminine, and I liked it. And I would say that jasmine isn't the raspberry isn't a juicy raspberry, but it kind of saves the powderiness from being too much like a baby powder. Like at times I kind of get a baby powder from this, and then other times when I'm smelling it, it's a sweet, fruity powder that I'm smelling. I don't smell any of the orange blossom, but I do smell the rose, and the rose helps to give it that pretty feeling and also quite a classic feel to the perfume as well. What I didn't really pick up on was any of the vanilla on my first wear, on that first day of wearing it, but then on my second wear, I was smelling it on my skin and it was almost a bit of a spicy vanilla, quite addictive and really nice. Now, when I first smelled this perfume, I didn't find it particularly similar to the original. They felt like 2 fragrances in their own right. This was powdery rose, that's how it was smelling to me. And then, you know, the original fragrance, as I'd said, is your sweetness, florals, tea and patchouli. This shares the rose, the jasmine, and also the vanilla of the original. And over time, with that second wear, I could see how this has that Viktor and Rolf and indeed the Flowerbomb DNA. I can see a more of a similarity now, but you still might like this one even if you don't particularly like Flowerbomb. This received a compliment from my husband when I wore it, and then actually my friend complimented it, and I told her, you know, oh, it's Flowerbomb Extreme, I'm reviewing it. And then she said that she used to wear Flowerbomb, and then once she knew, she could see that actually they were similar scents, she could realise the similarity between the two. So yeah, they share their rose, their jasmine and their vanilla, but I think you might have a chance of liking this or even disliking it if the reverse is true of the original fragrance. Now, in terms of what it reminds me of, this beautiful bottle, this fragrance is Dazzle by Paris Hilton, which I've talked about so much on my channel, on my Instagram, everywhere. I love this fragrance. I just have to go kind of off script here and talk about this huge bottle, how pretty it is, and how I always think this is an amazingly versatile perfume. That's how I wore it when I was wearing it the most back in 2014. Okay, so this is really similar to Flowerbomb Extreme. It shares the orange blossom, it shares the vanilla, which for me is funny because I don't think I can smell orange blossom in this scent, but they've got that kind of pretty rose going on, that pretty floral scent. This one sparkles a little bit more, really suiting its name, Dazzle, and this is more powdery. So yeah, differences of course, but if you've smelt Dazzle, that is your way to Flowerbomb Extreme. They are similar. So as I love this one so much, I can't help but really appreciate a Flowerbomb Extreme as well. Is it worth it? Is Flowerbomb Extreme worth the money? And at the moment, on the Perfume Shop site, you have the 30ml bottle of perfume retailing at £75. The 50ml bottle is £105, and the biggest, the one I have here, retails at £145. So I will give a little bit of a similar speech that I often do in my reviews about designer scents, and that is that I would wait until the perfumes came down in price, because they always do over time. It's those initial, just after they've launched, prices that are higher. So I think this is a really well done perfume that would be really good for day wear at any time of year. It's classic, and I think of course this packaging is beautiful and feels like a treat. So if you were giving this as a gift or receiving it as a gift, you feel like you are getting good quality. I think it also helps that rose is very on trend for perfume right now, and vanilla perfumes aren't going anywhere either. So it ticks a lot of boxes. We would just want those prices to come down. My choice with my money would be to get the smallest bottle, but to wait until the Perfume Shop have one of their 10% discount offers, or buy one get the second half price. I subscribe to them, and I so often get emails telling me about the offers and deals they're running. And also, if you're buying from the Perfume Shop, you know you either, well, you're more likely to not have a problem than you would at some sites, and you also know that if there were to be any problem, they would resolve it for you too. So they are, yeah, a reputable retailer that you can buy from in the UK. Value wise as well, of course, if this were to be your signature scent and you buy the 100ml bottle, it's much better value to pay the £40 more for that one than the 50ml for £105 to get the extra 50ml of the perfume. So yeah, buying the biggest one is better, but just while those prices are that high, I think it's best to, of course, wait until they come down. I want to talk about the other Viktor and Rolf perfumes that I've had in my collection, and I'll start with Bon Bon. That was the first Viktor and Rolf perfume I bought, and it just smelled so good and sweet. It has a caramel note, and I used it up. I finished that bottle and just need to get around to replacing it. It is quite similar to Britney Spears' Curious in Control. So as Curious in Control is discontinued, I often recommend Bon Bon in its place, and Bon Bon does last better than Curious in Control does. Curious in Control is a rare example of a Britney perfume that doesn't hold up for lasting, but yeah, Bon Bon, a really great scent. Then with our Flowerbomb line, I really enjoy Ruby Orchid, and that one is peach, it's that orchid, it's vanilla, and when I smelled that one, I just felt like I was smelling Cherryade. I found that a really fun fragrance, and probably shouldn't have moved it on. I moved it on because my bottle, the little black bit here, I think, that was broken on it and it was annoying me. So I gave it to somebody else who would appreciate it, but that was a really good fragrance. And then yesterday I was hunting around for Spice Bomb. I remembered how much Sam loved that one, and I loved it on him as well. A really good fragrance with tobacco, leather and cinnamon, 3 notes that I love in scents anyway. And there was pepper in there too. And then I thought, we've used that up as well, haven't we? He's used it up because it's another love. So a great theme in our Viktor and Rolf perfumes, that out of the other 3 I've owned, there are 2 that have been used up. So those are the ones that we've had from the brand, and now I'm very happy to have Flowerbomb Extreme in my collection.